Hey guys, Demon here, and today I'm starting up a new playlist, a new little subject that I don't know how much videos I'm going to do on this, but I'm going to do a few every time I think of something. These videos are going to be a little bit shorter than my average videos because these videos are going to be, here's a question. I think that's what it's going to be called probably. It's probably going to be like, here's a question, because this is where I ask you questions and I hope you leave comments below telling me what you would do in these situations and stuff like that. So here is the very first question of this playlist, the very first question of this video, and comment down below what your answer is. So the very first question is, what would you transform in if you had the ability to transform into one thing? It could be an inanimate object, a person, an animal, something fictional. It could be anything in the world, anything that you can imagine. What would it be and why? Um, and I'm gonna put some rules here. Just some rules here. Like, if it's something like magical or something like that, you don't have the magical powers, you just have the appearance of that thing. You know what I mean? But you do have the physical abilities of it. So, like, let's say you transform into a fish, you'll have the ability, like, you'll have gills and you'll be able to breathe underwater and you'll be able to die above water, I guess. And then you can transfer back into yourself, and you can only transfer into one thing. Or you can transfer into like a lamp, and you'll have the ability to turn on and off if someone plugs a light bulb into you and plugs you into the wall, I guess, if you want to. You can turn into a car, and you'll have the ability to drive around if someone drives you around. Not like you'll have the ability yourself, but someone could drive you around, or maybe you could drive around yourself. I don't know. But let's take other things like what if you want to transform yourself into like Mr. Manhattan? He has like God type powers. For this question, you will not have those powers. You'll just look blue, I guess. You'll look glowy and blue, but you won't have his powers. Or let's say you want to transform into Goku or Vegeta or something like that from Dragon Ball Z. You won't have their powers. You'll just look like them. You know what I mean? Or like the Wish Dragon from Dragon Ball Z. You won't have the power to grant wishes. You'll just look like the dragon. But then again, you could say like, what about things that are inept to the character? Like, what about like a fire breathing dragon where I have the power to breathe fire? Um, I think you would probably, because that seems like a biological functions that dragons have. So I think biologically you would be able to breathe fire or ice or whatever. You just wouldn't be able to grant people wishes and have magical, super magical powers. But if like it's biological to the mythical creature, I guess you would have that power. But then that comes like to what about like the X-Men and the mutants from the Marvel universe? Because they're like inherently born with their powers. Um, that's a tricky one. Like, if a dragon's fire is biological and they're born with it, then you should have it, right? But if an X-Man or a mutant is that, then you should also have their powers, I guess. But I feel like that'd be a little bit cheating. But I guess I don't know. It's really up to you. It's really up to you what your definition of it is. Like, do you want to have an X-Men's power because they are technically born with it, so it's biological. So I guess you could transform into them and have their powers. But yeah, like anything like other than that, like Dragon Ball characters, I guess they're born with their powers too. But like I don't know. I'm just gonna cut it all out, like the X Men powers and everything. I'm gonna cut it all out, except for like biological things, like maybe like fire breathing dragons. I guess that's okay. I don't know. For me, I'm gonna cut them out. For you, you don't have to do the same thing. I'm just gonna cut it out because I think it's a little bit cheaty to have that ability. So basically, if you want to like transform into something, you can transform into them and transform back into. It'd just be interesting to see, though. You know what I mean? So, what would I personally transform into? Like anything in the world or anything in my imagination? Um, hmm, that's a hard question because there's a lot of things I want to transform into. Like, what about like a werewolf or a bird, so I can just fly around anywhere I want to go? Like any type of bird I can think of. What about like a person? so I can take over their life. I don't know. Just because I can. What about like a car or something like that? It's, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, what would I transform into? I don't think I'd transform into an inanimate object because that'd be stupid. But would I transform into something from our world, or would I transfer into something from a totally different universe, or a totally different like thing, like an anime or a cartoon or a TV show or a movie or a book or my own mind? What would I transform into? That's a hard question. If I only have one thing to transform into, and I can transform into that thing and back to myself, what one thing would it be? In my rules, we have no mystical powers or anything like that. So, what would it be? What would it be? That's an interesting question. I guess technically, since you have what they have, I could transform into somebody like Tony Stark and have all his knowledge, or Reed Richards, or Batman, and have like all their knowledge. That'd be pretty cool because then I could just make gadgets and solve stuff. I don't know, like out of all those people, which one would be the best one? I really think Batman would probably be one of the best ones, but then again, Tony Stark like makes technology, and I could become rich off of my technology because I'd be super smart because I'd be him. But yeah, it'd be interesting. But Batman does the same thing, I guess, and so does Reed Richards, and so does Bruce Banner. But I could turn into a Hulk and be like really strong, I guess. But then it wouldn't work. Would it work the same way? I don't know. According to my plans, it probably wouldn't. So I guess that's not possible. I guess I just be this really buff guy, but I wouldn't get stronger the angrier I get. I probably wouldn't have a healing factor or anything like that either. So I'd just be a really strong green buff guy. But yeah, like I don't know, guys. I don't know. Like it'd be hard. I think I might pick like one of the more smarter people that can invent stuff, so I can start inventing stuff and become like a millionaire and like pretty much rule the world. I guess I don't know. It'd be awesome because like you could save the world legitimately. Like if you became a character from a comic book that had the intelligence, or the quote unquote intelligence, you could literally save the world. What if I was like Lex Luthor or something like that? I could like save the world because I could like invent stuff that would save the world. Or I could destroy it, I guess, because maybe I'd be evil as him. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting to think about. What would you be? Would you be an animal? Would you be a person? Do you think that you would get the powers of the person if you changed into them because they were born with it? It's up to you, I guess. It's what you decide, really. Um, for me, I don't think I could choose. It'd be really hard, really, really, really hard. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I don't know when the next one's coming out, but it will probably come out and it will be a totally different question. But answer in the comments below. Leave a like, hit the bell notification because that's the best way to keep up with my content. I don't know why I pointed up here because it's probably like here somewhere. Go on to link below to my Twitters and follow me. I post like video updates, and sometimes I post weird tweets. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And as always, my friends, stay sane. Peace. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, you should check out this one or this one. Or, click right there because that will subscribe to my channel. That middle one right there. Anyways, I hope you liked it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to my Twitter and follow. And as always, my friends, stay sane. Peace.